The tension within Mercedes has been increasing, especially after the dramatic Imola round. In this video, we'll discuss how Hamilton's poor performance characterizes the entire Mercedes team, as well as what other team members have to say about it. We'll also give you an update on the current state of the Grand Prix competition, because what a drama weekend that was for Mercedes. How do Mercedes' results affect the team's mood, and what are the consequences? Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Let's dive into today's topic. Major escalation at Mercedes. Mercedes isn't the dominant factor they used to be this year, only picking up 77 points in the first 4 races of the season, with most of those points, 49, being for their newbie driver George Russell. So what is going on at Mercedes? And what about Lewis Hamilton? Is this his worst period ever in Formula 1? As we all know, Mercedes have been the most dominant team since the introduction of the turbo hybrid era, picking up 8 Constructors' Championships along the way. But as of right now, they're looking like a shell of what they used to be. And this is mainly due to the new regulations for the F1 2022 car. Mercedes have been unable to produce a competitive car for its drivers, leaving them heavily irritated. We've been worried about the Mercedes team for a time now, and their bad performance has now permeated the mood within the team. After his disappointing qualifying performance in Imola, Hamilton could be seen getting into a heated confrontation with Toto Wolff. Hamilton was spotted behind the scenes, still wearing his helmet, having heated discussions with the team's boss Toto Wolff. It was internal stuff, he explained when asked about it. He reacted, "I'm not going to tell you what was said." It is clear that the team spirit is severely damaged. He was dissatisfied with the team's performance, claiming that they were all underperforming, but he remains optimistic about the team's chances in upcoming races. We still have time to turn this around and unlock its full potential, and I believe the team is doing everything it can to achieve this. Every week is a rescue, he later added. So what exactly happened at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix that could leave Lewis Hamilton so angry? The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, which provided the first evidence that Mercedes' title hopes may be beyond saving, marked a new low in Mercedes' difficult 2022 Formula 1 season. The Mercedes must be set up with a relatively high rear ride height due to the low speed at which porpoising occurs, which has the unenviable dual effect of reducing downforce and increasing drag. Other factors compounded this at a rain-soaked Imola, where Hamilton and teammate George Russell were both knocked out of Q2, making it the first time since the Japanese Grand Prix in 2012 that there was no Mercedes on the grid for Q3. Because of this, they spent the rest of the weekend out of position, though Russell recovered to finish 4th in the Grand Prix, helped by an excellent first lap in which he gained 5 positions, while Hamilton was stuck in the middle of the pack. This weekend brought the signs that Mercedes might not be able to fix its problems in time to save its season, and that its focus will now need to shift to ensuring it can at least recover in 2023. Mercedes is frantically attempting to figure out how to make the car behave in real life as it does in the simulations. With this generation of cars, the floor does a lot of the work, and that's where the porpoising problem comes from. That is why Mercedes' situation is so complicated. Because the regulations remain unchanged for next year, Mercedes cannot forego 2022 and devote all its resources to designing an entirely new car for 2023. And if Mercedes continues to invest time and money in this concept and can resolve its issues, it will pay off in the long run because the car will essentially remain the same. The bottom line is that Mercedes must figure out what went wrong with this design. Only then will it be able to determine whether a significant adjustment is required, or whether it can continue the development path it has been following for several months. What do you think about the problems Mercedes are having? Will they be able to fix it in time to compete for the championship? Let us know in the comments below. While you're there, be sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Lewis Hamilton confesses that a statement he made about Mercedes' chances ahead of the 2022 Formula 1 season may have been incorrect. The Silver Arrows have had a rough start to the season, with Hamilton having a difficult race at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, where he finished 13th. During the pre-season testing, there was talk that the team was having some troubles, and Hamilton had been pondering on his reaction when asked about the potential of Mercedes underperforming at the time. "It's difficult, for sure," Hamilton told media. "I'm not the only one in my team, right? We're all feeling the pain, we're all riding this together, and we win and we lose as a team. so we're doing the best we can with what we have. Earlier in the year, when we were in Barcelona, a question was put to me like, what happens if you get it wrong? And I said, well, we don't do that. We don't get things wrong. We're world champions. But the fact is, with all the possibilities out there, we may have. Despite the W13's ongoing problems, Hamilton remains optimistic that the squad will be able to turn things around. What we continue to do is just keep our heads down, keep working, the 7-time world champion said. If one person is down, we rely on our teammates to lift each other up. We're nowhere near where we want to be, but we'll just keep fighting, keep working as hard as we can, and hope that eventually we see light at the end of the tunnel. When asked if he is concerned about the prospect that the car is fundamentally faulty, Hamilton explained, I can't say whether the car is flawed or the concept is flawed. I'm not an aerodynamicist. At some stage, we will have a better understanding of whether that is the case or not. Maybe all of a sudden we fix the bouncing and we unlock more potential. With this in mind, Hamilton isn't dismissing the Brackley-based team's chances this early in the season. It's difficult to write it off anytime soon, because everyone's continuing to work on it, the Mercedes driver added. Hopefully it comes to light soon, one way or another, which solution to focus on, because we haven't found a solution yet. Hamilton, on the other hand, appears to believe that his chances of battling for the championship are currently unrealistic. Of course I want to be fighting for the world championship, but unfortunately that's not the case, he commented. We have to accept the reality which we're faced with, and that's what we do as racers, we just keep fighting. It's clear to see that Mercedes and Hamilton are not performing at their top level. Some of the people on the grid even suggested it would have been better if Hamilton retired last year. When asked about the results for the Imola GP, Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko subsequently remarked that Hamilton might be thinking he should have stopped last year. But what does George Russell have to say about the escalations at Mercedes? In a recent interview, George Russell stated that the Mercedes team values all its drivers equally. Russell speaks out publicly. This is how he reacted that he and Hamilton have nothing to worry about. In an interview with Sky Sports F1, Russell said that sometimes you have two different drivers on a team who are at different stages in their careers. There's no number 1 or number 2 at Mercedes, but all drivers compete in their heads for first place. I want to be the one. He added, between me and Hamilton, he's been on the team for a long time, while I'm the newbie, and I'm not trying to become the leader of the team when I'm up against the best of all time, who is here and has been here for 10 years. He's the captain of the team, and that's exactly how it should be. Russell said that Lewis Hamilton has helped him focus on other interests as well. Because if you spend 100% of your time on just one thing and don't pay attention to your life, your mental and physical health can be adversely affected. This, I believe, is something I admire in Lewis. He makes a concerted effort to do other sports or music to distract himself. And I'm so focused on my racing. I give it all. I've got to be successful in that cockpit. But you can overdo it. And if you don't give yourself a second to breathe, you'll get choked up and won't get the most out of your performance. What do you think about Lewis's comments? Will he leave Mercedes or retire at the end of the year? Let us know in the comments below. It's clear to see Mercedes are having a lot of trouble right now. The car isn't performing the way they want it to, and the drivers seem highly dissatisfied with it. For now, it seems that Mercedes are not able to fix their issues quickly. That's it for now, guys. What do you think of the ongoing escalations and problems at Mercedes? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel to stay updated when we post a new video, and we'll see you in the next one.